All right, Erikson's 8 stages of psychosocial development. I'm going to give you a super easy mnemonic to remember. All right, the awesome four-eyed giant's erection. Never going to forget it this way. All right, so we got trust versus mistrust. That's going to be the. We have autonomy versus shame and doubt. That's going to be awesome. Then remember, four eyes. That giant's got four eyes. Initiative versus guilt is going to be the first of the four. Industry versus inferiority is going to be the second of the four eyes. The third is identity versus role confusion. The fourth is intimacy versus isolation. Now, for the giant, you got generativity versus stagnation, the G. And the last one, which is also known as ego integrity versus despair, you got erection for the E. Never forget it. All right, so from around 1 to 2 years old, we got the stage trust versus mistrust, pretty self-explanatory. You know, the baby's gonna either build trust or lose trust throughout the stage. Then you have autonomy versus shame and doubt, which is gonna be from the ages of 2 to 4. This is where babies or children can develop confidence and or low self-esteem. Then you got your third stage, which is from the ages of 3 to 5, initiative versus guilt. This is when children are gonna learn basic principles such as round objects can roll. They can develop guilt and or reassurance based on encouragement. Then the fourth stage, industry versus inferiority. That's from the ages of 5 to 13. This is when children discover their interests and differences from others. They become motivated or unmotivated based on feedback from peers. Then for the fifth stage, you have identity versus role confusion, which is from the ages of 13 to 20. This is when someone can learn to identify their own identity versus the identities of others. So they're learning their role in the world and what the roles of other people are in the world. Next, the sixth stage, you have intimacy versus isolation from the ages of 20 to 40. This is when, if you're intimate, it's going to create confidence and happiness. And lack of intimacy, unfortunately, is going to create isolation and loneliness through these stages of life. Then you have generativity versus stagnation, which is usually going to be from the ages of 40 to 65. This is going to be your desire to procreate and to have children and to make sure that your genes are passed on. And if they are, you're going to be very pleased. Then you got the final stage, which is ego integrity versus despair, which is 65 plus. This is when you're going to reflect on life and say, did I do well? Did I do poorly?